Fibroids. This is my beautiful wife right here.
And I'm Garrica Blue Olatunde.
And you already know who this is.
Tiaraoluwa.
Hey, first of all, today's her birthday, so happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Tiara. Happy birthday to you.
And Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year, everyone. So the reason, first of all, welcome to our YouTube channel. And this is obviously our first video, and we decided to make this our first video. Why? Because it's very significant to us. Today we're going to be talking about our miracle baby and our fibroid story. Well, it's
my
fibroid, but her problem is my problem. Just like my money is her money. So, anyways, it's a very emotional topic, but people don't really talk about it. And you know, we figured it's best to put this out there to help a lot of people, because when we were going through it, we were looking for help, looking for people's stories to give us courage, to give us encouragement, to give us strength to go through the process. And we didn't really find a lot. So that's why we're like, let's go ahead and do this to help whoever we may possibly help out there. So
that's why we decided to make this our very first YouTube video.
And go ahead, before we even talk about anything, go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, because trust me, we have some craziness coming your way, man. Listen, this is gonna be a YouTube channel like you've never seen before, as you can already see. But there's gonna be a lot of different things. This is not a unidirectional YouTube page. We're gonna be all over the place, but it's definitely gonna be entertaining. I guarantee you that. Come on, you know me now. Come on. Anyways, I felt that. You okay? Let me hold that. Tiara. I think we need to put her down. No, she's gonna cry in the room. Let her just, babe. Tiara. Here, baby. Here. This is what we gotta deal with every single day.
So, here's my story. Shortly after we got married, I noticed a lump in my stomach. My stomach wasn't big or anything, but I noticed like I was always bloated, and I would just constantly feel the lump. So,
am I making you nervous?
Babe, stop. Just don't.
Just keep talking to the people.
Babe, can you let me?
Can you talk to the people?
Okay, can you not look at me?
You don't want me to look at you? Okay.
No, just
the people have heard it. She said I should not look at her. Oh yeah, be talking.
So we went to see my doctor, and she told me that it was a fibroid, but it wasn't serious, it wasn't big or anything like that. So we told her our plans as far as we wanted to start a family very soon. So she advised us to go ahead and try within 6 months. And she said that if I don't get pregnant within 6 months, because fibroids tend to hinder pregnancy, then we would do the surgery. So literally a month later, after the doctor visit, I came back to see my doctor.
Sharpshooter.
Because I was pregnant.
I didn't waste time. As soon as the doctor said you have to get pregnant, I said, doctor, say no more. So I bass goes.
So yeah, I was pregnant, and she actually said to us, when she walked in the room and confirmed that I was pregnant, she was like, "Wow, that was fast," and we laughed.
And I told her, I said, I have the African man blood in me. What were you expecting? Come on now, stop it.
As time went on, eventually, like, my stomach started growing, like,
fast,
very fast. And I'm saying, like, to the point, I'm literally like 3 months looking like I'm 5 months. So I'm like, okay, I don't think this is normal. So we went back to see the doctor, and she actually said that the fibroid was starting to grow very fast. I guess because of the hormones, the pregnancy hormones, and the blood flow in my body actually was feeding the fibroid. So that's what feeds the fibroid, the blood flow, and the pregnancy hormones makes it worse.
And she also said the fibroid was growing bigger than the baby. So very early in the journey, the doctor told us that it was going to be a high-risk pregnancy, and chances of us going full-term were extremely slim.
Right.
Why? Because the fibroid was growing much bigger than the baby. So we were mentally getting ready, but we were just hoping and praying for the best.
Right.
And she just told us that every new week we got through it was a huge achievement.
She did explain to us that fibroids can cause miscarriages. So in my mind, I was just afraid because I'm like, Lord, please don't let anything happen, because she was telling me she'd never seen a fibroid this big, especially like, growing that fast. So I asked her, I remember crying and asking her, do you think it's best we terminate the pregnancy? And she said to us, no, don't worry about that. Let's just take it day by day and just see how things go. I said, okay. So when I hit like 10 weeks, I was back in the hospital because the fibroid started to cause me severe pain. Like, I've never felt that much pain in my life, to the point where I would literally wake up in the middle of the night, just bent over, holding my stomach, praying that I'm not going to lose my baby. I was rushed to the hospital. They were giving me all types of pain medicine in my veins. I don't even remember half of the medication. It was just like whatever it was, I was just taking it because my doctor said that it wouldn't harm the baby. But it was very, very, very strong medication that they was putting inside of me, just so that I wouldn't feel the pain of the fibroid. Every other day I was in pain, to the point I couldn't walk. I was throwing up.
And even sleeping for her was a problem.
Yeah.
I would be on the bed laying flat, and she literally sat up throughout the whole pregnancy.
That's
and
how it
that
is.
part right there, I couldn't grasp it. She's literally sitting up. Now, because she's blessed, she's well endowed. But after a while of just sitting, because she couldn't lay down, she couldn't lay on the side and the back, everything hurt. So she had to sit up. And after a while of constantly sitting up every night like that, the blessings, in the rear area of her body started to reduce. So things that were like this before, they went like this.
Yeah.
And at that point, I was like, hey, the Lord is testing me. The Lord is testing me. I'm just joking, but, she literally lost her booty.
I did.
Like, it went flat.
It was flat. It got to the point where, like, it was bad. Like, I'm not even going to sit here and lie and say that I enjoyed my pregnancy, because I didn't. Every week we was just praying that Tiara would make it. Once I reached, like, I believe it was 22 weeks, then I started seeing a specialist, another doctor. She referred us to, so both of
a fibroid specialist.
Yes, right. And so them two was working together to make sure that my pregnancy was safe and Tiara was going to be safe. And eventually they found out that the fibroid was not inside of my womb. It was actually on the outside of my womb, which is why I did not have a miscarriage with Tiara. Because
if the fibroid was in
inside,
her womb, the way it was growing so big,
there's no way.
God forbid, but
Yeah.
thank God that wasn't the case.
Yep, exactly. So, and even from there, like, it was just dealing with that, praying that I don't lose my baby, and then me being sick and me being hospitalized so many times. Like, it got to a point I was working, and I had to be put on bed rest. I couldn't go to work. Literally, like, I had to be home. So when I hit 25 weeks, I ended up back in the hospital because I was sick. My stomach was hurting. I was having really bad pain. They did all kind of tests on me. And I just, I was just in so much pain at the time. I wasn't using the bathroom. So eventually the doctor came in and told me that they need me to start eating so that the baby can get her nutrients, because I wasn't eating, or they were going to have to put a feeding tube down my neck.
And I remember that part very clearly. 25 weeks, the doctor and a whole bunch of people came in the room, and they're like, talking to us about the risks of, having a 25-week-old baby, because they were saying they probably have to go in and bring her out. And then they started giving her the
shot, the steroid
the
shot.
steroid shot. So they gave her that. That they usually give you that when they know they're about to bring out the baby. The steroid is supposed to help develop a little faster before they bring her out. So I'm holding her hands, trying to be strong, but I know she's crying already. And reality just kept hitting me with everything they kept saying. I'm like, yo, are we really about to have a 25-week-old baby? With all these possible challenges that they've told us. And, I was trying so hard, but, it came out. And, I held her hand so tight, and we just started praying. We were like, God, if this is your will, we're trusting you for the best.
Right.
It's not what we would have hoped to hear, but here we are. But, we trust that you're going to take control and let your will be done. And we just prayed, and we just, just said, hey, we go with the flow. We do what they say. But eventually it happened that, God was so good that she was okay.
Yeah,
so we got over that hurdle.
Yeah.
Thank God.
They allowed us to go home, and then but I was still seeing my doctor, a specialist weekly. It got to the point where I had to see the specialist weekly. So fast forward to Christmas, the day after Christmas. Yeah, the day after Christmas, I had a doctor visit with the specialist, and when I went to the doctor visit, I guess whatever he's seen on the screen, he pretty much said that, he wouldn't advise me to go home, and that I'm going to have to be hospitalized until I gave birth to Tiara.
Now, mind you, that was December 26th, my birthday, and her original due date that they gave us was February 28th. So, that was like still 2 months out. Whatever he saw, he was like, he doesn't want a situation where something goes wrong, and then before we're able to get ready, get in the car, head out there, we don't know what type of traffic or whatever we're going to come across, it could get fatal real quick.
Immediately.
So he was like, it's best you're under, medical care, medical attention, medical supervision, that, if anything happens, they can do what they have to do in the blink of an eye. And, that was my birthday. I was like, oh, man, I didn't plan to spend my birthday like this, but, but, even after we left there, we still went home because he said we can go home and pack our stuff. So we came home. He said we should pack our stuff and go back the same day. But we got home, we're like, man.
Yeah, because I was tired of going to the hospital. At this time, I knew, their routine. I'm like, I'm just tired. I'm tired of them constantly putting this machine on me. Like, it's uncomfortable. I have this big fibroid. I was just tired. I was just, like, tired of everything. And then I'm glad we really did trust him,
So, but we went the following day, though. So it's not like we didn't obey. We went the following day.
That very next morning.
Right. And then, she was hospitalized on December 27th. So New Year's Eve, January 31st, we're in the hospital. And mind you, every hospital visit, I was with her, spending the nights. I'm a supportive husband. So husbands, fellas out there, she needs you to be there for her.
Yes, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I really did. Like, he was there. He never missed a doctor visit. Like, he was there the entire time. Like, sleeping on the couch, whatever they gave him. Like,
they put celebrity like me on the hospital couch. I was jealous of her bed. At some point, I wanted to be the one to be having the fibroid because her bed was so juicy. They now put me on couch. Celebrity sleeping on couch. Hey God, I've suffered in my life. But anyways, so New Year's Eve, we're all in the hospital room, and we're just doing the New Year thing. And then, before New Year rolled in, different nurses kept coming in and out. They kept doing one or two. So after all the nurses kept coming in and out, doing this and doing that, we were starting to have an idea, but we still weren't sure. After a short while, shortly after we got into the new year. Happy New Year! Woo-hoo! Happy New Year! Happy New Year! Happy New Year! Our doctor actually came in, and she sat us down. The summary of the whole conversation was, so it's time we go in and bring her out. At that point, both of us were like, and that was 31 weeks.
Yeah.
So
I was 31 weeks at the time.
Yep.
But her goal was to keep me at least to 34, but it was looking so bad.
You know, she had a severe case of preeclampsia, and that was one of the major deciding factors. After she tells us that, you know, we both call our families, we both inform them, we both pray with our families, and we just leave everything in God's hands. So a couple hours later, you know, after all their preparation, they came and wheeled her out.
Yeah.
And they told me that, you know, I would join them shortly after.
Right.
So they gave me my uniform, and I put on the uniform, and then took me to the surgery room. And when I got in there, they had started doing one or two. They covered here like this, and she was wide awake. So I'm there looking at her, and we're talking, we're having a conversation, we're laughing, we're gisting, while doctor is doing things on the other side, removing a whole human being.
Right. He was there by my side the entire time. I was warm, I was comfortable. I wasn't nervous because I was comfortable with my doctor. Even prior to the pregnancy, she had been my doctor. So, and I knew what she was doing. I was okay. And then I had him by my side, so I didn't feel any kind of way. I didn't feel any pain. I just felt, you know, a little pressure, but I didn't feel any pain. So shortly after, probably like an hour went by.
It wasn't an hour.
45 minutes.
It wasn't even 45.
Well,
like 20 something minutes.
No, it wasn't 20 minutes. Okay, whatever. So after some time went by, she said to us, okay, look to your right. We're going to bring the baby by really fast, but we have to rush her back to the NICU so that she wouldn't get cold.
After they told us that, you know, I looked over, and then shortly after they went by, and then, you know, we just caught a glimpse of her, and she was so small, so tiny. Oh man, I saw my baby girl, but then they were gone so quick. Well, they came and got me after they had cleaned her up and done one or two things. So I saw her in the little incubator, and I'm just looking like, oh my god, she was so small. She was probably like the size of my hand.
Yeah.
That's how small she was. 31 weeks. Hey baby girl. Hey Tiara. Come on, grab daddy's finger like you did before, baby.
But at that point, I still really didn't even see her. I didn't know what size she was at all, because I had to go through another process. Like, because I had preeclampsia, I had to have that medicine put in me for at least for 24 hours, so to prevent me from having seizures. So after that, the following day, I was finally able to see Tiara.
She opened her eyes? Huh?
And I remember, like, still wasn't even myself looking at my baby, and I was just like, wow. Like, I was in disbelief that a human really, like, came out of me. And she was so tiny, and all I can think of was like, wow. I didn't even know what to think of. I didn't even know what I was feeling. I just knew, like, okay, it didn't even seem real. And then the following day, I was able to see Tiara again. But eventually it was time for me to go home, but my baby had to stay in the hospital.
And that was another challenging part.
Yeah.
But we pulled through.
Yeah.
You know, we prayed together, and we were very hopeful, very optimistic. We knew she was in safe hands.
Right.
You know, we saw the NICU, we saw the attention they gave all the other babies in there, so we were kind of relaxed. But it's a nerve-wracking feeling going home without your baby. But we went there every other day, sometimes back to back. You know, as far as it was, we did that, and every day we'll go in there. It was a beautiful thing. Now, every single day, somebody, I won't call any names, will be calling the NICU. Even before we go, even after we leave. This is Mama Tiara. This. How is my baby? I'm like, babe, you will make these people be tired of you.
I did not care.
Okay. Just calm down. She's okay. You can call them. She will call them morning, afternoon, night. I say, wait till, calm down.
And because of that, like, I'm not gonna lie, like, I went through postpartum depression. It was really bad. You know, like, you know, if you're a mom, you know, when after you have a baby, you go through like the baby blues, as you know, already. And this was my first child. So like, I just felt like why can't I have my baby? I mean, of course I knew it was important for her to get better, and people would tell me, oh, she's gonna be fine, but it was still like a part of me was missing. So I did go through postpartum, and it was.
And sorry to cut you off, but we forgot to tell you, they took Tiara out, but the fibroid was still there.
Yeah,
Because they couldn't take both of them out.
At the same time.
They, they said, after a while, after she heals from the C-section, then they'll go back in and, get the fibroid out.
When they took the fibroid out of me, remember I had a C-section, so the fibroid was still so big, like literally, it looked like I was still pregnant. So, I'll go to the NICU to see my baby, and nurses will be looking at me. So, it got to the point where I started to cover up, wearing big sweaters and stuff like that, because people will say to me, oh my God, you look so pretty pregnant. But I wasn't pregnant.
We went out to eat one day, and she had the belly, and one of the waitress was like, oh, congrats, what are you having? And this was even before we could sit down to eat. And I remember she just burst into tears, and she literally went back to the car. And of course I couldn't eat. I was like, yo, that was something. So, through the whole process, we were supposed to, they said, we'll schedule the fibroid surgery for like sometime in April, based on how well she had healed from the C-section. Of course, COVID hit. So they were only doing emergency surgeries, and that was not necessarily considered an emergency. So we had to wait. Now, mind you, we're at home, she has this big thing in her, and it was just so horrible, because she wasn't her complete self. She couldn't be herself. Dealing with the baby in the NICU, dealing with the big demon inside of her, it was just like, what is going on? So she couldn't even do anything in the house. She couldn't be productive, and everything fell on me, and it was tough for me. But I just thank God for the strength that He gave me through that time, to be strong for me and for her. And as time went on, eventually we were able to schedule the surgery for sometime in May.
But prior to the surgery, I don't even remember how my day would go some days. I don't even remember I don't remember a lot, because it was days literally I'm waking up and I didn't even feel like myself. I didn't even know who I was. It's like every day I'll just pray that the days go by, just so that my baby can come home and pass the car seat test. Do all those amazing things, and gain weight. So she was doing great with that. I was breastfeeding, so I would pump. We would take the milk to her, to the NICU.
And she came home after 41 days.
Yeah, 41 days.
So she was in the NICU for 41 days. And it was supposed to be shorter, but there was a time when she had to do like a car seat challenge, and then she didn't pass because she was still very small. And then when she did eventually pass that, shortly before she could come home, there was something about a Brady, something with the heart rate dropped, and then she has to wait another 5 days. And this whole time I'm like, oh my God. Because my parents came from Nigeria during this time, so they saw her in the NICU, and they were here when, they told us about the Brady, so we had to wait another 5 days. Eventually, we brought our princess home. Yeah. And she was so tiny, but she was so precious, and she brought us so much joy. Well, guess who's coming home with us today? Princess Tiara. Oh, it's in the fridge. So that's it? She's good? Hey, little mama.
And I didn't know what to do. It's like, what do I do? She's so tiny. I don't want to hurt her. Like, I was afraid. I was happy, but I was still afraid. I would cry. Like, it was crazy. But you know what? We got through it. And there's no right or wrong way on how to be a parent.
There's no manual.
There's we just did it. Like, I would pray, and look, like, we're here now. Tomorrow is the big day. Tomorrow is May 26th. The big day for me to have this fibroid removed.
So we're gonna show the picture of the fibroid that was taken out of her. Brace yourself. guys, yes, that's what was inside of her for a long time. Thank God we finally got it out.
Yeah. So it grew that size. It like literally, I couldn't even believe it myself. So yeah, that was it. I don't even remember anything during the surgery because of course I was asleep. Only thing I remember is a nurse waking me up and saying, "Okay, wake up."
I thought I was gonna be able to be in there, but they said no, you gotta wait outside.
Yeah. And I mean, I was in pain, but it wasn't that bad because I had literally just had a C-section, which is, you know, maybe my body got used to the pain, but the C-section was like, oh God, this pain is crazy. So my fibroid surgery, the pain was, I was able to, you know, tolerate it a lot more. But I think if it was my first time getting cut, I would have felt like I'm like literally dying. But anyways, we made it through. My doctor came and she spoke to Dami and I, and she told us that it was to the point where the fibroid actually got stuck to some of my tissue, and they had problems like trying to cut it out. And but they did a good job, and you know, I didn't feel any crazy pain. I didn't have any bad symptoms or anything after. Of course, I did a follow-up visit 2 weeks later, and then 2 weeks after that, and everything went well. The doctor gave me permission to start back working out.
Just want to say a big thank you to the entire medical team, because you know, we're so used to always saying thank God, but God didn't God didn't come and put his hand in there. He used the medical team, the doctors, the nurses, everybody. So big shout out, a big thank you to the entire team that was part of this journey from start to finish. Thank you for letting God use each and every one of you.
Yep, absolutely. We're forever grateful. Thank you so much for the medical team. Honestly, after the surgery, I really thought that I was gonna feel better within myself. I really thought that I was gonna have energy to start, you know, doing things around the house, just being myself overall. But I didn't.
And to be honest, that was another struggle for me, because I had been, you know, carrying the weight of both of us through the pregnancy. Yes, I understand. Through the fibroid, yes, I understand. Okay, but now baby is out, fibroid is out. When will you start helping somebody around this house? Because what's all this now? At some point now, it's as if we are now faking this thing. So let's be giving ourselves brain, please. Let's give ourselves.
So I would be on Instagram, and then I started seeing all these NutriBurst bottles on social media. So I went to my husband. I'm like, babe, I think I want to try those products for energy. Like, maybe it can help me. So when I told him about it, he told me that a friend of ours who went to college with us actually messaged him about giving us samples. So I reached out to her, and she, you know, she actually sent me a bottle of the NutriBurst NRG and a detox tea. So when I tried the products, I felt better, and I felt amazing, and it just went from there. That was like a boost.
And truth of the matter is, because you know, the friend reached out to me, but I was so reluctant about it. I was like, oh, here go all these scam people again. Like, man, we don't want to be a part of your scam. So I disregarded the message until she came to me with it. Like, hey, babe, I've been seeing this, and I think I want to try it, because they said it helps with, you know, this, it helps with that. So I was like, oh, you know, this lady actually sent me this message about this. So she reached out to her. She sent her the products, and I'm an African man. I find it very, very hard and very difficult to believe, you know, this will do you like this. But when she started taking these products, I saw the instant change, and you know, all of a sudden, somebody that would just be sitting down, be doing like this, be doing like that, should now get up, should now be cleaning the house, doing this and doing that, taking care of the baby while doing this, and I was like, hello, madam, what's going on? Are you on crack? Like, what's happening here? So apparently, it was the products that was doing that, and that was like, it wasn't a one-time thing. It was like every day. The more she kept taking it, and I'm like, wait, I think I have my wife back.
Yeah.
No, what's going on? Like, hey, this is beautiful. And then, you know, the products have also helped her get rid of the baby belly. And, you know, me, I always had a six-pack, but through the whole lockdown, I'm just sitting at home. I'm not traveling. I used to travel every weekend, but now I'm just sitting at home, not traveling anywhere. So my six-pack became a one-pack, you know? And then, so I as well got on the products.
Right.
And they helped my one-pack go back to a six-pack. But you know, we're gonna go into more details about these products at a different video.
Right.
But this one, you know, we just wanted to let you guys know how, you know, she was able to get through that process of, you know, the postpartum depression
and the fibroid
and all of that. It was truly a journey.
It was.
We wouldn't wish it on anybody, but fibroids are very common in especially African American women. A lot of women go through it. Not a lot of women talk about it. It's nothing to be ashamed of. It's nothing you did that caused it. It just comes. So if you do find yourself having fibroids, you know, make sure you talk to your doctor. Make sure, you know, you have a great doctor and a solid support system.
Yeah, and find out what size it is, because there are some that's really, some women have them, but they're small, and that's, you know, it doesn't cause, sometimes they don't even know that they have it. So
I have friends that have had 2 kids, 3 kids, and
it didn't
they've
grow.
all had they've had fibroids in them the whole time, and they never had to take them out.
Yeah.
So you might have fibroids, and you know, you might be able to deal with it. You know, you don't want it to get too bad. Follow your doctor's instructions, advice. And believe in God and stay positive and stay optimistic. Anyways, guys,
and do your best to just stay healthy, stay active, and like he said, just stay positive, and everything is gonna work out.
Yep.
Yeah.
So anyways, if you've watched this video till this point, big shout out to you. If you've not clicked that subscribe button, click it. All our videos are not going to be this long. This is a health issue that, you know, affects a lot of people. That's why I wanted to take the time to go into the details. And even with this, we still had to just run through some things, you know, because we don't want to make a 2-hour video. Nobody's going to watch it. Anyway, so if you've made it to this point, go ahead and click the subscribe button, because the rest of our videos from here on out are going to be turn up. You know, we're just going to do a lot of different things. And if you have any suggestions of what you want to see on this channel, go ahead and comment. Let us know what you want to see, and we'll try our best to deliver as much as possible. Thank you guys so much for the support, and see you next video.
Thank you.
Can I get a kiss? Can I get a juicy kiss?
No. Bye. Come on.
So I can't get a kiss.
Well, the video is over.
No, is it you that is editing it? I'm the one editing. It's over when I say it's over.
Come on, okay.
Can I get a juicy kiss?
No, bye.
And we'll be here until I get my juicy kiss. Bye, guys.